As a full-time Forex trader, should you become a trader in 2024? I don't think so. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to say no and then just not elaborate. Otherwise that would be a very, very short video and you'd be left wanting answers, obviously. The main reasons why I think you shouldn't become a trader in 2024 is because there are many, many better business models that you can actually do that can obviously return you more money, that take less time, and that have a lower barrier to entry. With trading, the stats are unbelievable. I think on average, 80% of businesses fail. So we just have that as like a benchmark. So 80% of businesses fail. Then you also have the stat 90% or even more than 90% of traders fail. People that try to trade, over 90% lose money. So what makes you think that you're going to be in that top 10% or even that top 5% or the top 1% that actually makes money and enough money to actually trade full time? That's another thing. A lot of people cannot be losing traders. Maybe they can make profit over the year, but can they make enough to make a living? Can they get the capital to actually make a living? That is obviously a completely different question, and it's one that you do need to ask yourself. You could be the best trader in the world, but if you don't know how to grow your capital, if you don't know how to manage large sums of money, it's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. This is what you need to be able to manage if you want to become a trader. But let's go into some maybe other business models that I think maybe would be a viable option. The first one is content creation, mainly creating a personal brand online. So I'm obviously going to be quite biased towards this because that's probably one of the best things that I did and is something that I'll never regret. Ever since I was probably 10, maybe a little bit older, but around like 11, 12, I was making content. So I was making YouTube channels, I was making YouTube videos on various different topics.
So this video is just thanking you guys for your support and getting me 28 subscribers.
And it kind of gave me a head start when I did actually start this Forex channel. I already knew how to edit videos. It was very basic at the time. I already knew how to work a camera. I already knew how to do all this. And it kind of set me up for success. So I'm already a step ahead of everybody else trying to actually do it. And I already had the camera equipment, everything like this. So it was quite good. But I feel like anyone can actually do it. Every single person in the world has something that they're either extremely knowledgeable in or that they're very, very good at. And if you just simply make a channel speaking about one of these things, you can make a living off of this. And I'm not even exaggerating. If you go on Google, if you go on YouTube and you search pottery, for example, there's going to be a pottery industry on YouTube and these people are going to be making tens of thousands of pounds. You can go and look at sewing industry or knitting. These people are going to be making tens of thousands of pounds per month. So you need to think, what is something that I know a lot about? What is something that I'm either extremely good at or that you know a lot about? And maybe try to pursue this. Even if you are making a YouTube channel, if you're uploading 2 videos a week, for example, and each week you're getting slightly better, you're learning more about growing your channel, it won't take that long. It won't take that long. I'm not saying it won't take that long to grow the channel, because obviously if it was that easy to grow a channel, everybody would do it. But I feel like it is a great business model to actually start. Then obviously later down the line, let's say you want to release your own product in that industry. You then have a massive audience to release that product to. Or let's say you want to sell a membership program. You then have a massive audience to sell that membership program to. And also you had the bonus of ad revenue from YouTube videos, sponsorships. I don't do any sponsorships, but I've been offered tens and tens of thousands of pounds for a simple YouTube video from brands in the Forex industry. Obviously I turn them down because the way I look at it is I could instead promote my own services for free, and then at least it's authentic because I'm not being paid to promote it. I genuinely think it's a good product, rather than being paid 10 grand to use a product that I've never even used before, but I'm just getting a quick bit of cash for it. You need to be careful, obviously, if you are doing that. Another industry is freelancing, or obviously using your skills that you actually have to help other people that are looking for those skills. So basic freelancing niches that you can go into could be video editing. This is one that I obviously know a fair bit about. I've had multiple video editors. I had to edit my own videos for a while, and I know that as a creator now, where I'm at the point where I don't want to be sitting down for hours and hours and hours every single week editing my own videos. So it's not something that I'd be interested in doing, or creating thumbnails, for example. These are, again, easy ways to get into freelancing. You could also do copywriting, graphic design, even things like translations. Let's say there's a company and they want to reach a new market. They're looking to translate to that language. If you're a native speaker, perfect. You can do that. Or even voiceovers. There's literally countless different ways to make money. And the best way to actually grow in these sort of fields is to do it through an agency, or create your own agency and then outsource the work. So you'd have your main clients, then you start an agency, and you'd pay someone, or you train someone to do it for less. So you're charging £50 for the client, you're paying someone £20, so you're doing the same amount of work, but you're getting £30 per bit of work, and it's costing you zero. And it's costing you 0 hours. So this is how you scale. This is why you see big marketing agencies, they're able to get more and more clients, but the person that actually owns the marketing agency ends up not doing any marketing. They just end up managing all the employees, because they don't actually have to do the work, because all their time is spent growing and outsourcing all their work so that they can just spend their time getting more clients, essentially. And also you have things like dropshipping or e-commerce. And this is probably one of the most talked about ways of making money online. And I feel like that is for a reason. Let's say you're scrolling on TikTok, for example. You've probably noticed that, TikTok shop is a big thing right now. That is basically dropshipping. Or if you see an ad whilst you're scrolling on Instagram, the likelihood is this is probably someone dropshipping. And the best thing about dropshipping is you don't have to have physical stock. You've probably noticed that years and years and years ago, a lot of companies would fail because they obviously didn't have enough customers to buy their stock. So they obviously had all the supply, but no demand, because you had to buy massive bulk orders of stock to even make it worthwhile. Whereas now with dropshipping or e-commerce, you can basically buy it on demand. So I know a lot of people do print on demand, which is clothing, for example. So let's say right now I started a clothing company and I didn't know how the products were going to be received, and I didn't know how many sales I was going to get. Maybe I could pay a little bit more, but do it print on demand. So I'd only buy the t-shirt or the hoodie if I got a sale. It kind of eliminates all the risks with actually having physical stock, which is obviously something you can do later down the line if you notice that there is a high demand for your products. It basically eliminates majority of the risk that actually these businesses face when they start out. These are 3 different options. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you're probably interested in trading. If you do want to learn how to trade, check out my mentorship in the description. I basically show you exactly how I trade and how you can replicate my trades whilst being self-sufficient in the markets. But you probably want to trade if you are watching this video, so go ahead. It's worth a shot. And if you think you can make it in trading, put in the long hours and maybe you'll get there too.